I wanted to respond to David's post in our discussion this week. He asked a bit about remembering a lot of material. I thought that was a good question, and that I would give you some of my thoughts on that. When you click on the week's worth of content, and we're in week 3, it comes up with sort of a title and the page numbers in the book and a short video usually pertaining to some of the material that's in the book. And then the first section that we have is titled Overview and Lecture. So the very first thing under that are learning objectives / study guide. And if you pull those up, they look like this. And of course you can see I've printed mine out. And for chapter 1, there's a page and a half of learning objectives. You can see also that I've annotated, made my own notes on this. When you're going through the material that we have for each chapter, and there's going to be more as we go along, it can start to feel like a lot. But to keep yourself focused, I suggest using the learning objectives. Make sure that, bottom line, you're gaining an understanding of the points that are outlined in the learning objectives, that you're making notes on this, that you're evolving your thinking and learning around these points. I use this learning objective sheet, which is why I also call it a study guide, to make up your tests. So the tests are multiple choice. There's 66 questions that you have 60 minutes to answer. It's an open book test. You take it online. It's timed. So if you've made good notes about these learning objectives and you've focused your study as you go along on these learning objectives, you should be setting yourself up really well for success in that test. Quick mention of the couple other things that are in overview and lecture are 2 sets of PowerPoints. The first one is a PowerPoint with me lecturing, so it's got an audio component, and for some people that is great. For some of us, we're taking this online class because we don't want to sit through lecture, and that's okay, but the PowerPoints do focus on a lot of these key learning objectives, so that's a strength of them. And you can turn on the audio or not turn on the audio, whatever you like. The second set of PowerPoints are the newest, 6th edition. It goes with your book, and they're kind of neat because they're jazzed up a little bit. They have some videos inserted. Their presentation is a little more modern and fun. So you might want to try those out, see which one fits your style, or if you like doing both of them. But I definitely, in response to the fact that there's a lot of material and how do you remember things, I think this is a really, really good tool, the learning objectives. I have my students in the classroom also print these out and use them to guide their studying when they're working on the material and when they're preparing for tests. Okay, way to go. Thanks for the question. Have a good Friday.